Welcome back to Day 3 of your GMAWNC to training. On Days 1 and 2, you mastered machine setup and laying flat stringer beads in the 1F position. Today, we step up the difficulty, the 2F horizontal fillet weld on a T-joint. In 2F welding, your plate sits flat while the vertical plate stands at a 90-degree angle. The real challenge today is gravity. If your technique or settings are off, molten metal sags to the bottom plate, leaving undercut at the top. By the end of this video, you'll master the exact settings, torch angles, and travel speed needed to pass your NC2 assessment. Before touching the welder, let's complete our mandatory NC2 PPE check. Welding helmet, auto darkening set to shade 10 or 11 for GMAW. Body protection, heavy leather welding jacket or sleeves, thick split cowhide gloves, and steel-toe safety boots. Respiratory, ensure the shop exhaust hood is running to clear shielding gas fumes. Now, let's prepare our metal. We're using 6mm 1/4 inch mild steel plates. Step 1. Clean the joint, mill scale, rust, and oil cause porosity and lack of fusion. Use an angle grinder with a wire wheel or flap disc to clean 1 inch along the joint on both plates until you see shiny bare metal. Step 2. Tack welding. Assemble your T-joint at a crisp 90-degree angle. Place a 1/2 inch tack weld at both ends. Tack welds prevent thermal distortion while you make your continuous pass. Getting your machine settings right on Day 3 makes or breaks your weld pool control. For short-circuit GMAW on 6mm mild steel plates, set your machine to these baseline parameters: process, polarity GMAW, DCEP, direct current electrode positive. Filler wire ER7 OS6 0.8mm, 0.030. Shielding gas 100% CO2. Gas flow rate 12 to 15 liters per minute to 530 CFH. Voltage 18.5 volts to 19.5 volts. Wire feed speed WFS to 100 to 220 IPM, approximately 5.0 to 5.5 meters per minute. Wire extension stick out 3/8 to 1/2 10 to 12 millimeters. Listen closely when you strike the RQ. Want a steady, high-pitched bacon sizzle sound. If it pops loudly, increase your voltage slightly. If it hums loudly without sizzling, your wire feed speed is too high. Your physical stance and gun angle determine where the heat goes. Work angle 45 degrees. Point the gun directly into the root corner at 45 degrees. Because gravity pulls the puddle down toward the bottom plate, tilt the nozzle slightly higher around 40 to 45 degrees relative to the bottom plate to direct slightly more heat into the vertical wall. Travel angle 10-15 push angle. Lean the gun 10 to 15 degrees toward your direction of travel. Using a push technique keeps the arc at the leading edge of the puddle, giving you clear visibility of the root joint and producing a flatter, cleaner bead profile. Body stance. Stand comfortable and relaxed. Hold the gun with your dominant hand and brace your non-dominant hand on the welding table or your knee to stabilize your movement. Move your hips and upper body along the joint. Do not rely solely on your wrist. Now let's strike the arc and run the bead. Position the wire 1/8 inch ahead of the joint, pull the trigger, and pause for half a second to establish the molten puddle at the root. Watch the trailing edge of the weld pool. Maintain a steady travel speed. You don't need a heavy weave. A straight stringer bead or a tight, subtle C motion is best for beginners. Keep your arc short. If your wire stick out grows past 1/2 inch, shielding gas coverage weakens, causing spatter and porosity. Managing common beginner errors: cold lap, sagging, moving too slowly, or pointing the gun too low causes metal to droop onto the bottom plate. Increase travel speed. Undercut on vertical plate. Pointing the gun too high or moving too fast eats away the top plate edge without filling it. Adjust your work angle back to 45 degrees. Once you reach the end of the plate, hold the torch steady for 1 second to allow post-flow gas to protect the cooling crater. Use a wire brush to remove the thin glass-like silicone islands on the bead surface. NC2 visual inspection criteria: uniformity, consistent bead width from start to finish. Leg length and profile equal 6mm legs on both horizontal and vertical plates with a flat to slightly convex profile. Defect-free, zero undercut, No porosity holes, no overlap on the bottom leg, and full root penetration. Grab your safety gear, set your voltage to 19 volts, prep your plates, and start your practice plates. See your instructor for your midpoint review. What is 2F? 2F equals 2 horizontal position plus F fillet weld. Weld axis runs horizontally along the joint. Joint type: T-joint or lap joint, 1 plate vertical, 1 horizontal, forming an L or T shape. Weld face is vertical or slightly inclined. Main challenge: gravity pulls the molten puddle downward. Give sag, uneven leg size, overlap at the bottom. Work angle: side view, 45 pointing directly into the corner. Tilt 5 to 10 toward the top plate. This puts more heat on the upper leg to balance gravity and prevent sag. Travel angle along the weld, 5 to 15 pull gun points to direction of travel. Pull technique equals better control, less spatter, cleaner bead in horizontal position. Weave pattern and technique: pause top, run bottom. Use a slanted zigzag, triangular weave. At the top edge, pause 1/2 to 1 second. Gives fuses upper leg, prevents undercut. Middle, move diagonally downward smoothly. At the bottom edge, move quickly. Do not pause. Gives avoid sag and extra build up. Repeat, maintaining consistent side-to-side width and forward speed. No wide weaves. Keep weave width is less than or equal to 3 wire diameter. 2 wide puddle sags. Are you also practicing to FGMAW? Comment to F below and tell me what you're struggling with. Please don't forget to hit that like and share, and subscribe to Weld Start for more beginners welding tips.